Let's be real, modern dating is a mess. We've got swiping, ghosting, situationships, and people treating relationships like disposable coffee cups. Back then, love wasn't about matching with 50 people in a week. It was about meeting one person, really seeing them, and slowly building something. Today, I want to take you back, not to glorify the past blindly, but to pull out the parts of traditional dating that actually made love last. And spoiler alert, it wasn't just about men opening car doors or women baking pies. It was deeper than that. Back in the day, dating wasn't just, let's see where this goes. It was intentional. People didn't date just because they were bored or lonely. They dated because they saw potential for a real future. Now, I'm not saying every relationship back then was perfect. There were bad matches, breakups, and even toxic marriages. But here's the thing. People took the idea of commitment seriously. Today, the moment something feels off, many run for the exit. Back then, the first instinct wasn't to throw the whole relationship away. It was to work on it. They understood that lasting love isn't found, it's built. Before we get into it, if you care about building a relationship that actually lasts, hit that subscribe button because I break down the truths about love and dating that no one else will tell you. Dating was an investment, not entertainment. Here's a tough truth. A lot of people today treat dating like Netflix. Scroll through profiles, click on what looks interesting, watch for a few episodes, then cancel subscription when it gets slow. Traditional dating was different. You invested time, effort, and energy before deciding if someone was your person. Dates weren't just quick coffees. They were shared experiences that told you who that person really was. People wrote letters. They planned meaningful outings. They met each other's families early on, not as a formality, but as a step toward building trust. Face-to-face meant something. We live in a world where you can text someone all day without ever looking them in the eyes. That's a problem. In traditional dating, face-to-face interactions were the only way to get to know someone. You couldn't hide behind emojis or filters. When you sat across from someone, you paid attention, not just to their words, but to their tone, body language, and how they treated people around them. And because of that, the connections were more grounded. You saw the real person much earlier in the process. Values were discussed early. In modern dating, some couples date for months, even years, without talking about core values. Why? Because we're scared it will ruin the vibe. Back then, it was the opposite. You had those conversations early. Family, faith, future goals, money, these weren't taboo topics. They were essential checkpoints, because here's the truth. Love without aligned values is like building a house on sand. It feels fine at first. Until the storms hit, boundaries were clear. Now, I'm not here to preach about morality, but it's worth noting that traditional dating often had clearer boundaries, emotionally, physically, and socially. There was a process. You got to know each other first. You built trust. You didn't rush every step. Today, we confuse instant attraction with compatibility and speed into relationships without laying a strong foundation. Traditional dating slowed things down, and that slowing down is what made the bond stronger. Respect was earned and kept. One of the most powerful parts of traditional dating, respect wasn't assumed, it was earned. Men had to prove they were reliable, protective, and intentional. Women had to show they were trustworthy, supportive, and grounded. It wasn't about playing games. It was about showing through actions that you were worth someone's time and heart. Love wasn't just a feeling. It was a choice. Here's where I get brutally honest. Love that lasts is rarely about constant butterflies. That's infatuation, and it fades. In traditional dating, couples understood that the feeling of love comes and goes, but the decision to love, to be there for each other, is what keeps the relationship alive. They didn't chase constant excitement, they built stability, and that stability became the foundation for deeper passion. So here's the real question. Do you want love that lasts a lifetime or just a moment? If it's the first one, start dating with intention, patience, and respect, the way love used to be built. And hey, if you want more real talk like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I've got more truths about relationships coming your way.